Zach, stop with the excuses. Oh, Danny. Men do this to women all the time. I don't care. You corny. Tamara, get up. He ain't watching you walk away. Ooh. Calvin has entered the friend zone. Ooh, you know what? Let me get my voting. Zach ain't coming by. Yes. Oh. Andy is in a tough place right now. Gary coming by. Zach need a pow pow. Don't smirk at each other, y'all. Zach is in love with a woman who does this because he wasn't getting it from Karen. Zatima, talk to him. You ain't got not a book bag, not a briefcase, not a piece of paper. What's your business here? Oh my. Yo, shorty is wilding. Who watching the cow? It's both. How many times do I gotta give you grace?
So I'm just making a fool of myself then.
Don't do that.
Yes.
Please.
I need some thoughts and opinions on how the Zatima and Zach thing went. What up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of From Rizzo with Love with me, your girl Donna Rizzo, aka Rizzo, as we are here to watch live together Tyler Perry's season 6 of Sistas on BET, episode 8. This looks like I have no lips, but I use nude lipstick, y'all. It's here. For those of you guys who do not know me, I am Donna Rizzo. I've been a host on Lifetime. I've done Married at First Sight Media Correspondence. We have a review channel where we do live reaction recaps. So I watch the show live along with you as if you are here on the couch with me. So I post snippets of the show here. I watch live and give my reactions. If you would like to live tweet with me, or if you came here from Twitter, you know that I live tweet the show. This is a little tight. So I do live tweet the show on Twitter. You can follow me across all things social media, including Threads, which I heard usership is down because the hashtag thing is really hard. But you can find me at From Rizzo with Love on all platforms. On Twitter, my name is From Rizzo with Love, but my actual handle is Rizzo with Love. But you can find me there. We use the hashtag Sistas on BET. Also, if you're a fan of other shows, make sure you stick with me. Rap is coming back on August 10th. There are 10 episodes of that. That's coming in the 12th episode of Sistas, which means I will be doing 2 shows back to back for 10 weeks, but they're going to end at the same time. So big ups to me getting a break all at once. I do not know how that's going to impact these reviews coming out, but I'm really going to try to stick with it, y'all. I'm going to do my damnedest and my best. Currently, we are a one-man band show. That might change. I'm still looking for real editors to edit 80 minutes worth of this does take me 80 minutes. Personally, I watched Summer House. I'm currently watching Run the World, and I need to get into Harlem. You know this is a theme on the shows that I watch? Okay. But guys, back to Sistas. Listen, this is the second week where the comment section has been popping, y'all. Thank y'all for engaging so much. If you are new here, make sure you stay until the end because I asked a question that I want you guys to engage with in the comments. So stay until the end of this video. The question last week was, who was in a worse situation? If you guys remember, the last scene included Zatima, Andy, and a client whose name we think is Roberta. I can't remember who told me. Was it Fox? I forget if it was Foxy or someone else. But the client who was almost like looking into Andy's future, but also has sprinkles of Zatima in there. So I asked who was in the worst situation. Is it the 60-year-old woman who found her husband, who was married to another woman at the time, and who is now 60 and getting a divorce because this man has now done the same thing to her, right? How you get him is how you lose him. To her as she did to his wife and got a little 22-year-old. Is it Andy who's involved with Gary, who is younger but is also mentally obsessed and kind of brainwashed by this man who thinks he can buy her with this money? Or is it Zatima who's dealing with what we all know she's dealing with Zach and Michael, the little baby? Let's add that in there. And then Zach and Aaron and the corny little back and forth. And then Zach and, of course, Karen. Is it Zatima? Is it Andy? Or is it this woman, this client, Roberta? Who is in a worse situation? A lot of people commented across the board, but I didn't hear as many votes as we got comments. So I'm going to actually go through. Let's get this little list run over here. So up first, we had Treese, and she said Zatima. Next, Cecilia said Andy. Next up, Peggy said Zatima. Michelle said Zatima. Y'all noticing a trend? This to me said Bernie. And then I looked at it again and I said, does it say Bernice? And then I said, maybe it says Bernie Esquire. But you an old woman, so I don't know. Bernie Esquire, Bernice Squire, said Andy. We got our first person who said the client, Roberta, was in a worse situation. And that is Foxy A Esports. 7 was Peggy. 8 was I wasn't sure where you actually laid in this thing. You gave a lot of comments. I know you anti-Fatima. I could tell that from jump, okay? But I don't know if you think she's in a worse situation. To me, it seemed like you were picking the client, Peggy. So I'm gonna put you there. 9th, we have Michelle said Andy. And 10th, Lisa Jones said Fatima. And 11th, Charlene said Fatima. If you guys can see here, because I'm gonna put it there, that means we collectively, you know what, let me get my vote in. I actually think it's the 60-year-old woman. Because in my mind, Fatima and Andy can figure this out. They're younger, especially Fatima. She's younger. She's about to go to law school. You know that's the easy way to find your mate. Law school, business school, medical school, all of that. Post-grad, if you haven't found them yet. Post-grad is a good way. Church, the gym, okay. But she has her whole life ahead of her at this point, essentially. So if Zach don't want her, if Zach can't treat her right, I think she is able to turn it around and she can find something else. Andy, I don't think she's going to turn it around. I think she's going to be stuck on Band-Aid brand because Gary's stuck on her. But I think the 60-year-old woman has it the worst and the hardest because she is 60 years old. She gave a lot of her life and her time to this man who she knew wasn't right for her and who wasn't treating her right. So now she's here battered and bruised mentally, and she has this mentality of like, yo, get this man for everything he has. She's been dealing with an imperfect relationship for God knows how long because she just accepted it. And I just think she's not looking forward to finding that love. And I think if you don't feel that way, you're not actually going to be open to it. So I actually think she has it the worst in the long run. It's hard right now for Fatima. Fatima currently has it the worst. But I think in the long run, that woman actually does. Once Fatima gets over this little hurdle, I think she does. Now, that leads to, so based on these, right, it's still, despite my extra one going to Roberta, it's still Fatima. Y'all think that Fatima has it the worst. So as a collective, we're saying Fatima has it the worst. Now with that, Zach need a pow-pow, okay? Because he is wildin'. And you know, like I said, Whit was in the comments really anti-Fatima. He wasn't so much pro-Zach, or he or she, I can't tell, but anti-Fatima and putting a lot of the blame on her. The only thing I will say is that, like I think I might have mentioned this before, but she did not speak up. And there's been so many times I'm going to allow you to keep making this mistake and not hoping that we can correct this or you can correct this. If I don't tell you what's wrong, how am I going to expect for you to correct it? Now, she has told him before, yo, get this in order. Don't let her call me out my name or anything like that. But this man has experienced some trauma. So I would definitely say speak your mind. Don't just be quiet and going with the flow. Either you're going to be quiet and exit stage left, or you're going to speak your mind and try to figure this out. But the being quiet and staying in it is not an option that I think that we should really work with. You know what? There was another comment that I said, it was between me and Bernie Esquire, I think, that I said I was going to mention. Let me find that. Okay, I found it. I'm going to post it here. Fatima and Zach have a beautifully flawed relationship, most of which I think they can easily work through. The minute they got out of that honeymoon phase is the minute they stopped communicating effectively with each other. Fatima sees Ian when truly it isn't quite so. Zachary stayed doing dumb-ish because he ain't grow up yet. With individual and as a couple therapy, they can rise above this. My reply was, it got me thinking. When she said that, I said, hold the phone. My reply was, see, now you got me thinking. See, I told y'all. Emoji. Did Zach and Fatima fall so quickly for one another because the other possessed what they were looking for in their past relationships? Was that door not really closed? Once that was fulfilled and they got to know one another, the honeymoon stage ended, and now they had to learn to love the other person who was right in front of them. And I said I was going to say this. Right, so Zach had been looking for Karen to just say, you're enough, you're great, you're a man, after putting him down so much. Karen was looking for this man to love and respect her and not to lie to her, but to also take care of her and put her first. She wasn't getting that in Ian. Were they actually in love with the other person? Was Zach actually in love with Fatima? Was Fatima actually in love with Zach? Or were they simply in love with finding a woman or a man who possessed those things they were looking for in their partner? Zach is in love with a woman who does this because he wasn't getting it from Karen. So it's always a constant thought about what you weren't getting from your partner. And now that you have it in another partner, you're like, perfect relationship. But that's not it. And so now that that's all done, and now they have to learn and find out the core of who the person is outside of the comparisons. Is that where the problem is actually coming? Or do they actually love each other? They're going to have to figure it out because I'm tired of this. Cameron. Ooh. All right, y'all, let's get into this Tyler Perry Presents Sistas on BET, Season 6, Episode 8, with me, your girl, Donna Rizzo. Let's get to it. Y'all remember Q's Denzel too? I don't know what's going to happen with that because we know Sabrina can't go to jail. I don't know what they're going to do with Maurice. Sabrina can't go to jail. But I don't actually see Q giving them up or giving himself up, really. Somebody's going to have to find this out and prove him guilty and them innocent. Are you actually done, Fatima? Andy is in a tough place right now because she's telling her friend, her colleague, her co-worker, the person that she manages, not to give up on love with this man who her best friend really wants to be with.
Me and Zach are done. I don't know. I feel like her.
Is that why they showed us Zatima? Because it's about to end? Oh, she said, I'm not going to be like her. Yeah, girl, you got to be sure because ain't no coming back after you say no or give a ring back. Yeah, I got a friend and she was like, yo, if he proposes to me, I'm not sure what I'm going to say. And I was like, girl, you better figure that the out because if you think a proposal is coming soon and it might be a little too early for you, but you see yourself with him in the long run, you can't say no. How can you come back from that? Fatima, talk to him. This is a partnership, y'all. In a partnership, y'all have to come to an agreement as well. Talk to this man, girl. This is your life partner. This is someone you saw yourself marrying. You should be able to have an open and honest conversation with them as well.
Do you and Zach give me hope?
Don't give me that pressure, Andy. Okay, guys, let's not do the, oh, you should stay with him because he's good enough, because there's not a lot of good men out there. Let's not do the good enough, okay? That's what keeps people in toxic relationships. And you roll over and you 56 years old wondering, the hell am I still doing with this man? Boom.
And that's not a good enough reason to stay.
Boom. But are there other reasons, Fatima?
I'm not going to be in competition with an ex. I'm not.
That's facts. I'm not going to be in competition with an ex.
If she is.
Tell her she can have
still in love with her.
him.
And she can have him.
She can have him. Not this nigga coming in
Yes,
right
I'm
now.
not.
Oh, did she say I'm not the only one who's afraid to be alone? Oh. Also, what you doing barging in my office? First of all, doesn't the front desk attendant, the office manager, have to call me to allow you to come back? That's one. Two, you don't see me in here crying with this woman. Three, why would you just walk in without knocking? I don't care how glass these walls are. Again, this nigga don't respect the boundary. Did y'all like this song when you first heard it? I was like, oh my God, this is so sitcom-y. And look at me now. What you just coming in here staring for? You ain't got not a book bag, not a briefcase, not a piece of paper. What's your business here? Who y'all talking about? Oh, I forgot about that. 17 episodes ago. And Andy's have dropped after talking to that lady. Oh, she said, what's the problem? Men do this to women all the time, right? Yo, Andy,
Okay,
come on, new Andy. I'm gonna take my penthouse back.
Andrea Barnes, you're not the best sex I've ever had.
I don't care. You corny. You know what? You corny. I press and pause right now because you corny. Whatever you about to say after is because you butthurt. You corny. I don't care if I'm not the best sex. Everybody has to know you will not marry, lay down, stay down with your best sex ever. And I don't care what you say. You could tell your husband, you could tell your wife, whatever you want. Wait a minute. Ignore that. Wait, did he say game is weak? Did he say, like, does he mean game is weak? Okay.
What?
Y'all, I tell you, the most powerful thing you can do and say is, okay. Man can come up to you and say the sky's purple. Okay. Because you know it's blue. What I look like arguing back and forth with you? For what? I don't want anything else to do with you, Gary. You're just here for... So I really don't care what you think about my... If you're going to continue it, that's your choice. Anything else? You don't like my hair? Okay. Just keep pulling it, baby. Okay. Because you know who does? Robin, the custodian, the man at the bar, all these men. Beyonce's dancer. It's the laugh for me.
If I'm not good at what I do,
why are you still here?
Always.
That's frustration. And do you eating this up? You frustrated and rolling your eyes back while you coming back and calling me every day asking to come over for some week. Come on, Gary. I'm glad Andy is not eating this up, y'all.
You're back at me for telling you the truth.
That's exactly what he's doing.
No.
Andy, you have woken up and this is good for me.
We should never have sex ever again.
I was thinking
Girl.
the exact same thing.
Great.
Boy. Don't touch her at work. She gonna be there open. Damn. He know he got this hold on you. That's the problem. She gonna leave wherever she is to come back. Damn, Andy. Almost had you. Look at her. Damn. She going right to the bathroom. We know it. Get that honey pot wipe. Okay. Tamara, get up. She didn't even come up like, wipe her. Okay.
You good?
Look at Gary.
Do you
He gonna go to shake his hand. Don't shake his hand. Don't shake her hand, Gary. How's she clean? She works for Madam, but she doesn't dance? Huh. Still pressed and worried about Robin. I am too. Where is Robin? This the coffee shop where the man who like helped out the fireworks? Oh no, this is the coffee shop where Pam was in, where Aaron was talking to that other woman who now I don't think is the light-skinned joint. I think this is a whole new woman. Because they made a point to emphasize, Pam said, I want to meet her again. This is a whole new joint. Don't smirk at each other, y'all. Do not smile and smirk at each other. Because your brain is doing some reminiscing and I don't like it. Now we're reminiscing again. You see that? That's manipulation 101. Pulling them in. Let me tell you a story. Oh, now I want you to go back there. Tell me why you were nervous. Go back to that first time, that feeling. This some Joanna scammer shit now.
I just wanted you to like me.
Zach, she falling. You falling for this.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
She got him. Because now he's back there. So much so that he remembers the f***ing weather.
What?
That you were the one.
That I'll be with you forever.
If you knew that back then, why'd you treat me like shit? Why'd you continue to tell me that I wasn't the person that you wanted? Why I'm not a good enough man for you? Don't backtrack on me now, baby. He said, you might not be with the preacher, but I'm with Fatima.
Are you?
The fact that she has to ask, are you, is already a problem. You should realize the way that she's asking that means that she as another woman is seeing you not act like you with your woman.
Karen, I can't be any more clearer than that.
I can't be any more clearer than that.
The way you came for me, it was really...
I know.
She tried to go back now. She realized she was losing him and is trying to bring back that emotion of when he first hugged her. Karen, girl.
I want you to take me home and make love to me.
Oh my.
Miss me.
Oh
I miss you,
my God.
Karen.
I do.
Karen.
And I want you on top of me.
Oh my
And inside
God.
of me say, only you.
Karen. This is
Let go of
amazing.
his hand. Yo, shorty is wilding. I know I usually reserve questions until the end of the episode, but this is happening right now, so it's top of mind for me. I actually posed a couple of these questions on my Instagram, then obviously I took it to like my partner. And then of course, when we're in group settings, when they're male and females, I love to ask these kind of questions just to hear different perspectives. But one of them was, and two layers of this. One is, would you tell your significant other if one of their friends essentially did what Karen just did, right? So would I tell my boyfriend if one of his friends said to me and started flirting with me? The other side is, would you tell your significant other if one of your friends stepped out of line and said something flirtatious with you or something like this? I hear a lot of mixed opinions about that. People feel like the first way, yes. Like, oh, I'm gonna definitely tell her. The second way, people go back and forth because on one side, they're like, yo, these are my people. I can handle it. I know that if I tell my significant other, he or she is forever going to look at this person like you're the person who tried to push up on my joint or my guy, and you'll never be able to see them any other way. But as the person in it, I'm like, tell me. Because if I'm in a room with Shorty and I know that Shorty made a pass at you knowing that we were together, I gotta handle that. You can handle it too, but I gotta handle that. But on the other side, I see how you're like, these are my people. I should be able to handle that. And if they're unable to, I will distance myself. So I say that to say, should Zach tell Zatima what just happened right here? Because I don't think he will. If I'm Zatima, I want to know this. Because pow pow again. Do you love her like you love me? Karen, we got longevity. We have different experiences that we had. I love her differently than I love you. How about that? Or I love her more than I love you.
Karen is just different.
Oh, okay. All right.
I love is different.
Oh, she didn't say I don't love him. She said I don't love him near as much. Okay. That's your problem. Say I love her more.
It's different, Karen.
See, that was your
But
chance.
it's a whole lot of love.
So I'm just making a fool of myself then.
Don't do that.
Yes,
please.
you are. You said it. You making a fool of yourself. You left her by the car like she was nothing. Everyone saw this except for you. This is crazy. I'm glad our baby is healthy. She gonna tell him about the baby now?
You just gonna pretend like me and this baby don't exist then?
Does that mean it's his? She's
I'll
trying
leave
to
the door unlocked for you.
You better close that door.
You don't have.
It's so interesting to see the I'ma come by from Gary and Andy, and then the I'ma leave the door so you can come by with Karen and Zach. Zach ain't coming by. Oh, Gary coming by. Andy gonna let him up.
See you soon.
He ain't watch you walk away, girl. Zach, why you look like you was trying to convince yourself he wasn't going on? Anybody else eat these? No sponsor, but anybody else eat these little pouches? Some of them are made for kids and some of them are made for adults, but they're usually in the kids aisle. This one is Little Journeys, but I have the regular ones. Like if you know you have an issue getting your daily serving of fruits or vegetables, get these little pouches. This is a good little snack too. We are on some apple and mango. Huh. Zach better not go over to Karen's house. That's all I know. Okay? Because if I see that, I'm throwing the phone. Whose house is this? Danny. I didn't know that. I feel like we have not been to Danny's house since the incident. That's not true because Preston and her, they woke up in the bed. You know what? As I'm saying this, I have a slight allergic reaction to certain mangoes. It's only Indian mangoes. I think that's what it is. I had an allergic reaction to it one time. Weird. Okay. Back to Danny and Preston. Or just Danny. And Preston. Cooking in her house. Who watching the cows?
That guy's not gonna bother me anymore.
He's not here for the
I
guy.
already know that.
He's here for you.
I'm fine. I'm okay.
I forgot that guy incident really just happened. It's been about 20 episodes, but just happened.
I could always stay longer.
He said, okay, the music too. She said, what's a couple more days gonna do? He said, you know what? I can always stay longer. Rodeo, you be waxing that. That's not a shade.
Long day.
Can't tell.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This sound like the free copywritten approval music I get from Splice or that you can find on SoundCloud. Y'all like, we gotta do better than this. Stop this.
And
You were thinking about
I was thinking we should
have a baby. No, okay, sorry.
give it a try.
Oh, Danny. She said I was thinking we should give it a try. This makes me so happy. Was it seeing Q in the wheelchair?
If you really learn your lesson, okay.
Yeah, what does that mean? He not leaving anything up for interpretation now because you said understanding. So he needs to black, white, understand this.
Dating, right?
Yes, seriously.
I love the clarity. Ask for clarification.
Okay.
I'm in.
We should go out on a date right now.
But
Oh my God, I love this. You know, because I was worried that this was turning into the Zach, Karen, Fatima show. Because who was really caring about Gary and Andy? We are thinking about Shorty and Hayden, but I needed some more, so thank you. This brings joy. Look at Preston smiling. He loved
We
his
should
girl.
definitely start this off with a nice dinner.
yeah, I mean, it looks good.
Oh, no.
No, let's go
Damn
out.
that.
I said that.
Damn
Y'all should
that.
go on a date.
We gotta go out.
Yes! Danny, do you own other clothes?
That's
Preston, you have to.
It's nice though.
You have to do that. The way he be looking at this girl, y'all. Karen. Never mind.
I talked to Q.
He said I was back there.
He used to fix this.
And then what about Sabrina? So you gonna kill Q, you gonna be on the run, and then you gonna leave Sabrina to take the heat. This what I'm saying, yo, Sabrina, you gotta start looking out for yourself. I don't think we're done seeing the cop guy. So maybe Sabrina will talk to him or use Danny to get through to him somehow. I don't know.
Thanks for nothing.
Don't apologize to
Hey.
him. You know what? And that's another thing we were talking about in the comments is like Maurice's demeanor now. I think it's been since he came out of jail that he's been wilding. But other people are like, nah, this has just been him. I feel like there's a lot more ad-libs and shit that the Maurice guy is actually adding in here that's making him worse. He's doing a lot of the bitches. He's making a lot of gay jokes and references. I just feel like it's a mean response instead of like a funny and lighthearted. I think jail changed Maurice for the worse. I don't know who it really, I guess it does. The whole purpose of it is to change somebody for the better, but I don't really think we have reform. Jail is not a reform tactic. It's a jail, prison, away from society tactic, but it's for another day. Call Tamika.
I've come up with something else.
Besides killing him? What's I'll see you on the other side, dude?
I'll never kill myself.
I hate Maurice.
Not ever.
Y'all saw how he got him? Not ever.
I know.
Everything's a joke to him. Calvin has entered the friend zone, and it's gonna be hard to get out. But he was out of the friend zone before, so he didn't start there. So maybe that's easier. You gotta watch this.
Is she okay?
Who's that, Andy?
Is she good?
Sister.
She's fine.
Wait, Danny's at home getting ready for her date. Her first official date. Y'all gonna make her leave?
She was fine, but...
Okay, it's important.
Is she gonna tell us who the baby daddy is?
Sure.
No,
So.
she ain't telling us. What's that?
Thought you may want to hang out.
Oh,
I
Calvin.
really gotta like one on.
Why didn't Sabrina just correct him and say, no, I'm not going out to hang out with Bio. I'm going to Karen's house. I know she doesn't have to, but why wouldn't you correct him in that moment? Poor guy. We still like Calvin. Cute. Yo, you know what somebody said too? Damn, I don't know who this person was, but they were like, Q is faking it. Why is he in a wheelchair for his arm? That's true. Why was he in a wheelchair for his arm? You gotta use your arms to move the wheelchair. What? But look at him up walking right now. Oh, Lord, Maurice.
hell, man?
What you mean, is he following you? Sir, you at the airport. That's where you work.
I've lost everything. Why would I ever leave you alone? Never.
Facts. I lost my job. I lost everything you stole from me. I don't got shit in my house. I'm up for 15 years in jail. Why would I leave you alone? He got another girl driving him. That's the girl from the bed from before? I think
Don't
so.
go to backsplash.
Not the backsplash. Now Maurice trying to jump wall. Okay, so it's Christmas time in the city. Oh, she about to break up with him. Hold up. This the last segment? I think so. It's
What's
11
up?
minutes. Yeah. Ooh, she's still not trying to get that kiss, Zach. You got a lot of
How was your
explaining to do. She's going from sad to mad. You see how Fatima doesn't want to show him her true emotions? She doesn't want to appear vulnerable in front of him, which is crazy. Again, your life partner. I'm glad that she's finally saying everything and she's starting from the beginning. I know y'all have
Just
history.
leave me like that
Yeah.
was not right.
Fatima, I ain't never lost nobody like that before.
Zach, stop with the excuses. She's telling you what was not right. Apologize. What's the point in you saying, this is why I did it? You can tell that this woman is hurting. What is the point in what you're saying? Why do you think she don't have a ring on? Zach, take a guess. I'm not about to be married to a man that doesn't know if I'm number one. Period. I'm not going to have to sit here and convince you that I'm number one. No.
You are my number one.
Then act like
My
it.
one only.
I'd be so upset to see who two is then.
Then what else?
See, Fatima cares. She like, tell me more. If she didn't care and she was really done, she would just leave. Cause why?
Is that so?
Yeah.
Fatima, punch her now.
And what-
Fatima gonna go over there.
Because I'm in love with you.
And I'm here with you now, bitch.
Like, she just felt bold enough to say that.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem, that she feels so bold to say this to you. I would never say something crazy to someone unless I knew that it was okay to be received in that way. That's crazy. I say that about friends. If somebody's talking about me, why do they feel so comfortable saying that? If somebody's flirting with you, why are they feeling so comfortable doing that? Also, if you talking wild to me, why you feel so comfortable doing that? You not threatened. And I got a teacher. Tigger, little Tigger. Okay. She don't believe
said
it?
she-
I like
I
that
guess
he's
she
being
did.
so honest right now.
This shit was humiliating.
That's also a thing, is like, yo, everybody saw that, and now they looking at you like, this I love you, and you gonna be a dummy and sit over here and stay with him? Like, how low is your self-esteem?
About you being humiliated? Or do you really think I want to be one?
Both? I like that. You don't get it. That's why I'm asking you.
It's both?
Yes,
It's both. See, now if they get back together, Zach, you have to do something very publicly to make up for this shit.
I f***ed up.
Did you fuck up? Do you know you fucked up? Do you know the many times and ways you fucked up? Because I could take one fuck up, but then you did 2, 3, 4, and now you justify, you know? I don't know. Here we go with the comparisons. Okay, this is why they made sure to put Zatima on. Okay. When you saw Ian, you sat in that tub upstairs and you looked exactly how I look. But I ain't choose him over you.
Please, baby, give me some grace on this. I've been going to therapy.
Okay. And now Zach just said he's been going to therapy. See, I wish we would have had these conversations earlier, but okay. Zach, it's just been too many times. The Ian thing, what? This has been too much. Now, she did lie about that, and we don't do that. We in a relationship, again, partnership. You don't lie to me. You don't say you didn't go anywhere, you went with this man. You don't do that.
I'm not going to have sex with nobody else. I only want to be with you.
It's more than just the sex, Zach.
Be in love with you.
Fatima, you gotta say, okay, well, this is what I need you to do. This is not an excuse for X, Y, and Z. Because if somebody gets hit by a car, I can't have you say, I've never seen anyone get hit by a car before. That's why I ran to my ex. That's why I fell in this woman's vagina. That's why I told this girl I loved her. That's why I left you. You can't have those, okay? We got to do better. Zach, you better be begging.
Okay, I'll give you some grace on it. And I will try to be more understanding.
How do I feel about all this?
Thank
Not
you.
your ring in the pocket.
I'm not putting it on.
You're
I
not
already
putting
put it on once. You got to choose to put it back on.
This is crazy how this has switched around. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, I was gonna say this is all I'm gonna say, but listen, this is how we express ourselves. I think Zach is a little too in his shit right now. You messed up multiple times. This wasn't I found out she was dead, I lost myself, and then I saw that she was alive and I did this. You did back to back to back to back to back. Yes, you've never experienced that before, but you've also never been in love with me before. You've also never dated someone like me before. You also have never been engaged before. Do those things mean you don't know how to treat your partner? Do those things mean you don't know how to respect another person? Repeatedly. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just one incident where you ran out. I told y'all before, I can give you grace on that. That is grief. That is shock. That is, oh my God, let me get to shorty, right? Ideally, you want the other person to run out and be like, yo, Fatima, come through. Come on. But that's an ideal world, and I get that. So you may not have that. But then we get there, we're on opposite sides. That's 2. 3, she comes up, you start caressing her, ignoring me, you don't even see where I am. Everyone else does, and they haven't lost anyone either. This is the first person in the group who they potentially thought might have been lost. So that's a 3, again, not an excuse. 4, I'm at the salon, shorty kisses you on the cheek. Mind you, that's not the first time, so let's add that 5th as another time there. Another time, shorty called me out my name, and I had to tell you to correct shorty, okay? There's multiple times. Now you meeting up with her, and she's saying to your face, like, let's the fact that she feels so comfortable with that lets me know that that's another issue that you're presenting, because you're not shutting it down multiple times. Telling her that you got to talk to me and I'll talk to you later. You don't do none of that shit. That's multiple times. So I'm not going to be begging. All right, get in your bag, grown man. Oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not telling you how many times. You got to give me grace. How many times do I got to give you grace? And is it for every new thing? Because I'm feeling like, and you want to throw the Ian thing in there. Not my one Ian. To your 7 mistakes repeatedly back to back with the same person. If I had made repeated Ian mistakes with you, then I get the comparison, but don't do that. That's how I feel. That's it. Respect is respect. Treat somebody how you would want to be treated. Especially knowing, if you want to bring up the Ian thing, you've seen me grieving and going through a moment like this, and you knew how you preferred to be handled and managed in that situation. So now that it's on the other side, you should be able to reference that, right? I don't got to jump in a fire to know that it's hot. I seen you get burned. I know that the fire is hot. I don't have to do it. I seen how you reacted to this man as it relates to this relationship. I should be able to use that and apply it in my life. That's actually what intelligence is. It's using facts and knowledge from the past to apply it in the proper way to current situations in front of you today. If you telling me you can't do that, the basic level of respect, we got problems. Again, not the first time. Because I got grace. Grace is sufficient. Grace I will give you. But how many times? How many times that? He said, now show me. This Karen's house. Bam.
Oh,
She naked waiting for Zach?
hey, girl.
Oh, no, she's not naked. Okay, that's just her.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, she's
That's
trying to
gotta
look
work.
sexy. Ooh, she said, you can go.
why? Because he's coming over.
Look at delusional
Why,
Nancy
Karen?
over here.
Because I invited him over for sex.
Because I invited him over for sex. Real plain.
What? What are you doing? What do you mean? Nothing. Now you're scary.
Ooh, how's Gary?
I know. What
She
are
done
y'all
brought all
doing
the
here?
girls. She's just going to say a name and see if she says no.
Father is Aaron.
Now they're both saying
Is it?
different time.
But
Ooh,
I
the
don't wanna
delusional
talk about all
friends.
that, about all the men that y'all been with. Okay?
Ooh. You know what this is? This is giving Danny last season. She said, oh, you want to talk about me? Let me talk about all y'all. How many men y'all dealt with. How you can't keep a man. How you dealing with this person. How your life is dysfunctional. You want to talk about me? Let's throw it back on you. Defense mechanism.
Zach is coming over for sex, and y'all heading out. Simple as that. Yes.
Now Zach is coming over for sex.
Zach is coming.
Ooh,
Did he say
Zatima.
what's coming? Oh, yeah. That's what I want to know.
Nah, y'all better not stop this. Ooh, this is so good. I said Fatima's gonna go over there, but I thought they was gonna go over together, and I didn't think the girls were gonna be there. But I thought it was gonna be like another moment where you catch them talking like she did with her friend. I thought she was gonna like put the onus in Zach's hands to handle it because she's not gonna get into it. But I did say time is up. Also, Zach kind of did handle it at the coffee shop, so now Fatima, the floor is yours. But as Karen, get the f out of my house, son. I know I'm trying to f you, man, but get the f out of my house. But as Fatima, I don't give a f. Woo, y'all. All right, look. This episode was interesting. There was some ups and downs here. Really excited for Preston and Danny, Gary and Andy. The next episode, we gonna see Gary calling her. They gonna be there. It is what it is. I like that Zach finally shut it down. I need some thoughts and opinions on how the Fatima and Zach thing went. Do you guys believe, and remember these are characters, in normal life, stay out of your friend's business. If she chose to be with him, you support her. If she chose to leave him, you support her. Okay. But anyway, do you think that Fatima let him off the hook a little too much? I know I am influencing the witness here. Is that exactly how you thought the situation should go? And also, don't forget to answer the original question. I put a poll up on Twitter as well. Twofold. If your friend flirted with you, would you tell your significant other? If your significant other's friend flirted with you, would you tell your significant other, right? So 2 scenarios. Both people are flirting with you. One is friends with your significant other. One is friends with you. Answer all 3 of those. The significant other questions, and answer if we think that Fatima and or Zach handled this situation and the reconciliation properly. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching me for this Tyler Perry Sistas on BET Season 6, Episode 8 with me, your girl, Donna Rizzo. Please follow me on all things social media at From Rizzo With Love. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you know when we drop the next video. Engage in the comments. Go back and forth. Love you guys. Love the long comments too. Sometimes I got to read them in pieces because I be on my phone and, you know, I got to get them in chunks. But love the deep dives. And I love that this community is very like, I don't know, y'all just go deeper. There's some like therapists in here. You missed your calling as a therapist. You missed your calling as a psychotherapist, analytical person, FBI agent. I don't know what it is, but y'all reading these people and I appreciate it. All right, you guys, I will see you guys in the comments. And please always remember that everything that I have said has been from Rizzo with love.